Super Benny here, and today we are talking about our trade-in with KAOTO Store in Madrid, Spain. Now, we visited KAOTO Store August. Wasn't great at all. There was a nice sort of selection of games, but the quality and the trading value I've received was just absolutely terrible. This is probably the top 3 worst trades I have ever done. If you've watched some of my other sort of pickup videos, I prepared a large backpack. I was very sort of keen to go check out what the retro game scene is like in Madrid in Spain. And to be honest, I left feeling very, very disappointed by simply just what was on offer, how the service was, the price of the games, and the whole sort of point of taking with me sort of a lot of games to trade in over there. One, they don't have a lot of retro. Two, the games are very, very, very expensive over there. So I took a large rucksack with some fantastic retro games to trade in and give people an opportunity in Spain to try some megadrive games, snes games, very, very decent Gameboy Advance games, and a few other bits and pieces. The trading value I got was terrible. Less than, not even 50%. I mean, 50% is kind of a bit fair, but still very, very low for trading wise. It's less than sort of CEX, less than any other sort of shops. This shop in particular, they offered me 450. Then I ended up with these games here. There's 4 here. I've already sold one because I don't want this in collection. It was just total disaster in here. So I've got rid of Cuphead. I got Clay Fighters for the SNES. That was about £50. €50, sorry. Then we've got Naruto here, Ninja Storm. Alright initially, the box is a bit jaggy, but when I opened it up, the games was broken as well. We had a big dent and broken disc there in the game. Just very, very poor quality. This is not what I'm expecting when I'm coming. When you're charging extreme prices for things like hundreds of euros, I expect a decent sort of quality in the games and the merchandise. So not good at all. Akai Katana Shin, another little sort of cave shooter that's very sort of mid. I was very, very keen for this one. I thought this one might sort of help and save the pickups. This was very initially very nice, but when I opened it up, smelled inside, the man in the counter was smoking quite a lot. But yeah, this is just covered in absolute sort of smoke as well. It's really, really sort of smoke damage. You can sort of see like the yellowing. Maybe it was a Japanese salaryman, or maybe it was just the guy in store just excessively smoking as well. So yeah, not a good look. The trade-in I got for my games, they offered 450, and then I only seen these games that was sort of on my sort of, let's take these away from there to take home. That came to about sort of 225, I believe. Got it on here. That came to 225 for the games. Then because I didn't see anything I liked, I thought, maybe it's, I can take 225 in cash and go. And then it was 50% less for taking the cash, so we took another, took a big discount there, so it ended up with €120 and 225 for those games. So that's 345. And he said, oh yeah, I'd offer you 40% of what the games I traded in. I mean, 40%, so those games with their values and their prices, those games are worth, over €1,000. And he's given me 34.5% sort of trade in there, which I think absolutely sucks. You could easily have just sold those online. I was going home, I had my bags full. I've been traveling for over 2 weeks in Spain, and I just wanted to get home, wanted to get rid of those games after being collecting them for a couple of months to go and trade in and give them something decent. I even give them a little gift as well. They just didn't really appreciate it. They didn't offer good service. They didn't say, hey, do you want to maybe, instead of losing out some money, do you want to get some other games or whatever? The games, this one is all smoke damaged. This one is actually physically damaged. And he didn't even give me the cents from the change as well, because he didn't have sort of the loose change apparently. It was just a very sort of weird situation. He said the main guy wasn't there, but they normally both of them in there. But to offer so low, and this is the big problem. So I would say in Spain is a lot of people are selling the stuff on the websites like Wallapop and eBay, because you can go out and get 70%, 80%, 100% of your money. Why would you go to a retro game store where they're going to give you 30, 40%? It was an experience, not for me. I don't think in the future I would go and bring any more games to Spain, which is a shame. Hopefully whoever went into the shop in the next couple of weeks or so found some fantastic games, and I'm sure you're going to love Outrun and a few of these fantastic titles that I love. And you're never going to see them in Spain because everyone's just going to sell them online. And there is hardly any retro over there. And it's super expensive, hundreds of euros. So yeah, massive disappointment. The worst trading I've done, top 3 in a long time. This is, in a long time, that was one of the worst ones. So yeah, if you're thinking of going into Madrid and thinking it's going to be quite fun for games or quite easy, it isn't. It's very, very difficult. The games are super overpriced, and you're not going to get a good trading value to sort of balance it out. Massively disappointed in how this turned out. I mean, it's not even worth my time trying to get the refund for it and doing it. I'm not going to recommend them on my channel. I'm not going to go back, and I'm not going to I go to Spain quite a lot. It's just not worth my time. I think if you're going to do that thing, maybe like message them ahead of time. The store is okay. Maybe buy, maybe go look for one game if there's something in particular, but be very careful. Some of these were all in like cellophane bags, like, oh yeah, they look new, look all of that. You open them up and they're all damaged. So yeah, I don't know what to think really. I'm just massively disappointed with KAOTO Store. I did have a look around Cholo Games as well. Cholo Games was very rude, and some of the selection was very poor as well. So Madrid as a whole for retro games, pretty bad. I think there's better places in Europe to visit, and I think Madrid itself wasn't very, very good. I love Bilbao, and I've loved other areas of Spain. I've loved southern Spain for games, but central Madrid, I don't think I'll be doing a Madrid video games pickup hunt anytime soon. Maybe somewhere else. So KAOTO Store, terrible. Avoid. Take care. 30%, what a joke.